everyone, it's Sal Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. We're back again. It's Monday. It's a dim Monday. It's a dull Monday. It's a sad Monday. What can we do, guys? You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Another terrible weekend for Manchester United. More points dropped, of course. 3 points out of 9. Not good enough, of course. Everyone has got the knives out on Erik ten Hag, of course. You know, no one is going to give him a respite now. Does he deserve it, guys? Does he deserve it? Before I start, guys, please, if you could kindly subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video, that'd be fantastic if you guys can do that. Guys, look, what happened yesterday was absolutely unacceptable in regards to the way the team played. We had enough quality on that pitch to cause Liverpool problems, and we didn't give Liverpool anything. It seems like we played for the first 3 minutes. Then when Liverpool scored, that was it. It was over. It was game over. Guys, I want to know your opinions. I want to know how you're feeling about Erik ten Hag. Look, you know, these problems have been going on for longer than Erik ten Hag. You know, they've been going on for longer than him. You know, they've been going on for a decade now, these problems. We lost to Liverpool 3-0 under, wasn't it, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Didn't we lose 3-0 to? You know, David Moyes, should I say. We lost 3-0 to Liverpool at home under David Moyes. What has changed in regards to 10 years ago as opposed to now? Is League Cup, is FA Cup acceptable? What do you think, guys? At the end of the day, look, there was a lot of emotions yesterday. Everyone was getting angry. Everyone was getting frustrated. I had Liverpool players, Liverpool fans on here, guys. Liverpool fans online coming at me, you know, and so-called Man United fans coming at me as well, you know, because I backed the manager, 2 trophies in 2 years. Look, at the end of the day, it's like this, right? And I say it like this. The 3rd season, he deserved that chance to get the 3rd season. Absolutely, he deserved that chance. But now, this is a new season. This is different, you know. I don't know how you're feeling about this, guys, but, you know, I'll give it until about, I say October to December, and we see what goes on after that. If anything is improved, if anything, guys. Let me just have a look at reading your comments. Irfan, welcome back to the stream. Man United players care, never come good. I need 22 players, 10 Hag and Mount Casemiro, Onana, Rashford, Rose. Big flops, absolutely. Irfan, agree. Man United is what I say. Bruno, Mount Casemiro midfield. I need younger players. Yeah, absolutely. Big up Collier who played yesterday, absolutely. Uchiji, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. Seriously speaking, Erik ten Hag is complete at Man United. The earlier Man United get rid of him, the best for us. How on earth can't you bench Rashford and bench Diallo, the best right winger in our team? Yeah, there's going to be questions like that, my friend. Absolutely, there's going to be big questions. Almac, I remember you kept saying Liverpool had no midfield, and I said their midfield was underrated. Liverpool are playing. Do you know what? I'm going to come back to that, Almac. 1 second. Ciao, Eric schooled by two managers just come out of League 3 just a couple of months ago. I do know what to say. Yesterday's match was shocking. Absolutely, Abdullah. It was very shocking for me as well. Achichi, good morning, Mr. Sal. Good morning, Achichi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up this channel. Big up yourselves. Please don't forget to subscribe and smash a like. Now, look. When I look at football, it's a very simple game, right? Football is a very simple game. When you look at Liverpool's midfield, as I said, when you look at their midfield, man for man, you look at it and think, well, you know what? It's not that bad, guys. It's not. Because you look at Mainu, who's one of England's brightest talents, right? You look at Casemiro, who's won 5 European Cups, right? You look at that kind of thing, you know, and you look at their midfield. Gravenberch, who's a reject from Bayern Munich, do you know what I mean? They've got him, Sly. You know, at the end of the day, we have to look at things realistically. And we have to look at it now. Is this a tactical issue? Is this are Erik ten Hag's tactics working? At the moment, no, because we're coming out of Bagel FC kind of thing. You know, we got this bagel with a big hole in the middle. Now, look, I was very upset with the game yesterday. I said specifically before the game, we have to attack, we have to press, we have to show them who we are. I saw none of that yesterday, right? I saw it for the opening 2 minutes, granted. The opening 2 minutes, then after that, that was it. Abdullah. Erik ten Hag silly mistake again. Look, at the end of the day, I'm looking at Marcus Rashford. I'm looking at the selection of Marcus Rashford. Then it's so bewildering to me, right? It's so confusing to me. And I said it before the game. It's so confusing to me that, is it in his contract that he must play? Is it in Rashford's contract that he must play? What's going on here? You know, and that's why I said, big up, Chow. He spent 6 million in 3 years, cannot see what he's doing on the pitch. Yeah, no, there's no excuses now, Chow. We signed a PSG reject. He's not a PSG reject, mate. It's not a PSG. He's a fantastic player. He has been a fantastic player. He hasn't played yet. Let's not judge Ugarte, because at the end of the day, are every single one of those players on that pitch bad? Because if every single one of those players on that pitch bad, do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, does it? At the end of the day, you know, we had petitions for De Ligt from Bayern Munich that they didn't want to get rid of him. Then you have to look at, is it a tactical issue? Is it the tactics? And you do have to bring that into the equation. Al Mac, the last 2 years I said we needed a deep-lying playmaker to out the back, and Erik ten Hag chose to bring in Casemiro, Mount and Ugarte, none of which are good on the ball. What is Erik ten Hag doing? I said it during the summer that we needed a Zubamendi kind of player. We did need that type of player, and I said it's very important that we get this type of player. We wasted money. My biggest issue is we had David De Gea, right? We had David De Gea, and we wasted money on Onana, right? Onana doesn't save anything. He couldn't save a document. That guy doesn't save anything. When it's low on the ground, he doesn't do anything. It goes straight past him. There's nothing there to suggest he's a competent keeper. He's a decent keeper, that's it, but not a great keeper. De Gea yesterday would have saved that second goal. He would have saved that second goal, De Gea. That was, look, at the end of the day, yes, our defence, our midfielders wide open, etc. But that second goal, De Gea gets down and saves it. What do you think, guys? Ten Hag is his third season, and not single player looked like they knew what they were doing, meant to be doing. Ten Hag out. Absolutely. Look, at the end of the day, RMCF, what happens this season, we know what's going to happen. If things carry on like this, we know what is going to happen. We know what's going to happen. And he doesn't need us to tell him. He doesn't need us to say, Ten Hag, bald fraud, peanut head. We're bigger than that. We're more educated than that. We know what's going to happen. We know if he doesn't deliver, he's going to get sacked. We know that. You know, he doesn't need us to say it. This is a new ownership. Of course, we've got the Ineos here now. So they're going to obviously not going to take this. You saw Jim Ratcliffe's face yesterday. It wasn't great, was it? He had his hand in his head. Yeah, it was like that, wasn't it, yesterday? Gravenberch is about Ugarte not. No, he's not. At the end of the day, who settles at PSG? Nobody. At the end of the day, nobody settles at PSG. Don't diss Ugarte yet. Yeah, he wasn't. At the end of the day, he hasn't played yet. So it's Onana. Yeah, absolutely. Onana. That is a better comment, Chow. Onana is Erik ten Hag signing, and I didn't agree with the Onana signing. I felt that we treated David De Gea wrong. I said that, but that is testament to the way we have been run over the years. We've been run badly. Now, people keep bringing in Real Madrid. What have Real Madrid done? Why are Real Madrid so good? Why don't they lower their standards? Because Real Madrid have been a machine for 100 years. They have never had a Glazer ownership. They've never had anything like this. Now, the only thing we need to do, right, to keep everyone quiet, to keep absolutely everyone quiet, right, is get a new manager. Let's get a new manager then. Let's see how it works out. Because we've had a Mourinho, we've had Solskjaer, we've had Rangnick, who was good in the European Championships, wasn't he? And we've had Jose Mourinho, right? We've had David Moyes, right? We've had Louis van Gaal. You know, when does it come a time? You know, who are we going to get then? Who are we going to get? Gareth Southgate? You think, as an Englishman, you think Gareth Southgate's going to take us to the promised land? Gareth Southgate would be worse. No, look, at the end of the day, look, it is international break. It's only the third game of the season. We know things do need to improve. I know, because it's Liverpool, of course. I don't like losing to Liverpool, especially losing the way we did. Sometimes you can lose games, right? But it's the way you lose. Sometimes you can look at a game and think, do you know what? We were okay. We were okay. You know, but yesterday I saw nothing. I saw nothing. And whatever happens, if he keeps doing this, he's going to lose his job. We don't need to say it. You don't need to say it. Do you know? The academy player Calva was a better shot stopper. Absolutely, Matt. Thank you very much for reminding me. I was a big advocate for Kova when he was playing for Man United last year in the friendlies. I said, why are we selling him? We need him. He's better. He's just as good. Wins the title with Leverkusen. These are the mistakes that we have to point out, and I do agree. We do have to point out these mistakes. You know? At the end of the day, I'm not Player FC. I'm not Manager FC. I'm Manchester United FC. That's what I am. I go by what results happen on the pitch. If you don't get the results on the pitch, we know what's going to happen. We don't need to say anything, do we? Eric Ten Hag, Al Sarkison just joined the note, so no context. People entitled to be Eric Ten Hag out, and you know what, Bath Time, welcome back to the stream, hope you're doing well. I don't blame them for being Eric Ten Hag out, I don't, because at the end of the day, look, he's making the same mistakes that he's made over and over again, right? He's playing the same Rashford over and over again, right? But when you look at that game, and you look at the players on the pitch, let's not delusion ourselves, right? There's a lot of experience on that pitch, right? There's a lot of players, good players on that pitch. Garnacho, Copa America winner, right? Why did he leave out Ahmad? Why did he leave out Ahmad? He was the only one. He's a spark who can run, who can take on, who can work in tight spaces. He's the only one who can do that, guys. Why did he leave out Ahmad? Why did he play Rashford? Just accommodating Rashford all the time. Rashford hasn't played well for 18 months, guys. He hasn't played well for 18 months. Why does he keep accommodating Rashford? He's digging his own grave at the end of the day. He's bringing it on himself. He's getting himself the sack. That's what he's doing. Chow. He signed 5 Ajax players, still keeping making excuses. He threw the players under the bus after the game. Well, at the end of the day, look, you live by your sword, you die by your sword, Chow. And at the end of the day, Leacher's a good player. I like Leacher. I think he's a good player. Let's not talk about De Ligt. He's just arrived at the club. I'm talking about more of the players who've been there for a long time. A long time. We're talking about now Casemiro. Now he's only what is in his 3rd season. You've got Rashford, right? He's been there nearly a decade, right? Bruno, he's been there like since 2017. You know, there's players there who have been there a long time who are not performing. Why is this? And tactically, what's going on the training field? That's what I want to know. Because you know as well as I do, guys. You know as well as I do. If those players played for Liverpool, if those players played for Arsenal, they'll be playing, wouldn't they? They'll be balling. RMCF, your thought that a man who has scored 899 career goals would be wrong in assessment of Eric Ten Hag. Who's that, my friend? Who is that? Who scored 899 goals? You want Eric Ten Hag to stay to us? No, absolutely. Chow. Look, I said it at the beginning of the season. If you refer back, we spoke. I said give him till Christmas. But at the moment, guys, if he loses to Southampton, right? We got to play Aston Villa away. We got to play Crystal Palace away. You know where this is going, don't you? You know where this is going. This is not going to end well, is it, for Eric Ten Hag? You know. Ahmad's stepmom died last week. Absolutely, yes, he did. And R.I.P. to Ahmad's stepmom, by the way. He deserved to play though yesterday. He didn't need to be on the bench. Eric Ten Hag has no senses. Chichi, Eric Ten Hag is a stubborn man. Absolutely. Ronnie scored 899. Yeah, look. I support Ronnie in his theories and what he said about the club. I agree with Ronnie. I don't agree with walking out on the team during a game. I don't agree with that. But at the end of the day, Ronnie, Cristiano Ronaldo, knows the club, right? He knows the club. We won 2 trophies last season, right? We won in 2 seasons. We won 2 trophies. So that kept Ten Hag the job. But what we have to realise is this. We could have got knocked out by Liverpool. We could have got knocked out by Coventry City on penalties. We were 1 goal away from not getting through against Newport County. It was 1 goal away from being a replay. So look, I look at this and I look at it not from a hatred point of view. I look at things from a wide perspective. Right? I know what Ten Hag is doing wrong. I know what Ten Hag's doing right. I'm sure you guys do as well. We know what he's doing wrong. I've said it over and over again. He needs to stop playing this formation. He needs to stop it. Right? He needs to stop playing Rashford. Ahmad should be a given. Ahmad was player of the month. He should not be left out of the team. Ahmad was player of the month. Irfan, the big flop out. Yeah, all the flops out. Absolutely. Onana doesn't dive. He's too fat. Chichi, the problem with Onana, right? He's too big at the top. He's got too much muscle at the top. As a goalkeeper, you need to be athletic. He cannot get down quick enough because he's too big at the top. He's too big at the top. So when he gets down too slowly. He's not quick enough. He's not like that. The one good thing about David De Gea, and David De Gea had his flaws, I'm not saying he was perfect, but David De Gea got down quick and he made the save. That second goal wouldn't have happened. But we lost 3-0, guys, you know. Hi Sal, we need a more midfield, but only Ugarte Casemiro has done Mainu being outplayed. Yeah, do you know what? Mainu's covering for Casemiro, which is worrying, you know, Brian. That's what's worrying. And you see it. And you see it in the first half, Casemiro giving away that criminal ball, that criminal pass that he gave away. Absolutely madness. For a guy as experienced as him. I know he eats a lot. He's too focused eating a lot of burgers and beef. You know what it is, Ichichi? Do you know what I get? I get the impression about Onana, right? And I don't want to say anything sinister about Onana, but it's this. He's not serious. He's not serious, goalkeeper. He's not. He's a joker, man. He's a joker. When you compare him to Van der Sar, when you compare him to Peter Schmeichel, hell, when you even compare him to players like Mark Bosnich, you know, Barthez, he's nothing compared to those players. Absolutely nothing. He's ain't got nothing on those players. Barto, do we need? Do we know yet for sure if Casey left at half time? It looks like that, mate. There are pictures of that. I don't know how legit that those pictures are, but you know, if that's the case, it isn't the first time he's done that. He done that in the FA Cup final. Hi, buddy. Big up, Jim. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Big up. Almac, I lost faith in Eric Ten Hag, but you got to give him until the end of the season. Assess the performance at the end of the season and give a new manager his own players. The problem I'm having now, Almac, is that we now got a conveyor belt of Eric Ten Hag players that the new manager is going to have to adopt, basically, you know, and this is the problem that we're going to be having going forward. More players that were not that are not the new manager's players. Now, Ugarte's a class player. We got class players in there. They're young. They can develop, of course. We got Ahmad is young. Garnacho is young. We got those. But there's certain players there that are not going to be the new manager's taste. You know, every manager has their own different taste, of course, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Uchichi, sack Eric Ten Hag. You're perfectly entitled to say that, guys. I need more world-class players playing football. Come on, very long now. Yeah, mate, look, you know, I'm fed up of being bantered. I'm fed up with it. I'm tired of it. You know, I'm sure you guys are tired of it as well. We need to be winning. We need to be going, guys. We need to be fighting. There was no fight yesterday. One of the most worrying things is the fight. I never saw any fight, guys. And that was the worrying thing for me. I didn't see any passion. I didn't see anything of the way of willing to fight for the badge. You know, even if you're 3-0 down, back in the old days, we used to fight. We used to fight, you know, and you never know what happens. You know, you get one goal. What can happen? Another goal. What can happen? You know, you never know what can happen. Onana's awful. I have to say it. Onana is awful. Uchichi, Onana is trash in goal and post. Onana on the near post is rubbish. You just need to shoot at the near post. It goes in. Jim Watkins, I don't know what to say. That whole team had no cohesion. We can blame Ten Hag for everything, but he's not on the field. Yeah, yes, he does have to blame. Yeah, for certain players, everyone has to blame. As I said on the tweets, Jim, it's multi-layered. Everyone didn't play well. The managers, the coaches, the players. No one left that game with any sort of glory at the end of the day. The one thing I would put on Eric Ten Hag, right, and I don't know how much difference it would have made, is that Ahmad not playing. He's been our player of the month, right? Rashford playing again. Again. He hasn't played for 18 months. Why is he carry on playing? Why is he still playing? Why is Rashford? Is there something in his contract that says that Rashford must play? Is there something in his contract? What's going on with that? You know? Brian, Almac, agree 100%. Absolutely, Brian. Big up, Brian. Imagine if Ugarte debut after 10 Hag goes, international break, it's always good time to change your manager. Look, at the end of the day, bath time, you know, we have to think about it now. We have to think seriously because we don't want this league to drift away from us. We don't want the position to drift away. We lost 2 games now. Teams lose 2 games in a whole season, you know, these days, right? We've lost 2 games now, right? Now, we need to seriously have a think about what we're going to do after the international break. And this is down to Ineos. Thank God I'm not making the decision. This is down to Ineos. And what are Ineos going to do? Are they going to bring in Ruud van Nistelrooy? Are they going to bring in another manager? Are they going to bring in Gareth Southgate? You know, what's going to happen? You know, we have to have serious conversations about this, guys. Chow, can you expect to explain Gravenberch is a reject, but Ugarte is not? The reason Enrique got rid of him is because he cannot play possession. He can, mate. He can. Look, let's not judge any players yet until they played kick to football for Manchester United. If he flops, he will flop, you know, at the end of the day. Let's not do that at the end of the day. Let's not do that kind of thing. They brought in, obviously, Neves, you know, and Ugarte didn't settle in Paris. His wife didn't settle in Paris. This is why. You have to look at the multi-layered things, mate. It's not all black and white. Drop Rashford, absolutely. Absolutely. Almac, with the amount of money we have spent over the last 3 years, you cannot get a proven goal scorer. What are the goals coming from? What do you make of Xerxes? In my opinion, I'm going to say this like this. It's early in the day, guys, but I'm going to say about Xerxes is that he looks overweight, he looks slow, he looks sluggish. That's my opinion on that. We got a lot of players like that, unfortunately. Uchichi, why leave Ahmed and allow Garnacho play in the false position instead of benching Ahmed and even Anthony? For such a position. I am confused as to why we keep playing Rashford. You know, is Rashford droppable? You know, maybe it would be better for Rashford if he comes off the bench. You know, Garnacho's had his time on the bench. Anthony's had his time on the bench. Ahmed's had his time on the bench. Why not Rashford? Why is Rashford not on the... Why doesn't Rashford go on the bench? Maybe it'd be good for him if he did go on the bench. Adam, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I don't really understand why you always stand for Ten Hag to be our coach. He's a flop. Ten Hag cannot help the team because when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate is exposure. I have not been supporting Ten Hag. I'm down the middle, mate. What I do is I go by what I see. I don't go by emotion. I go by what I see last season, and I saw the mitigating circumstances which were legit, right? 60 injuries, off-field issues, Sancho, Rashford, you know what I mean? Maguire, you know, Anthony, Greenwood, you know, those type of things you have to look at. Ronaldo, you know, you have to look at these things, right? Then you measure it up. So last season I said to myself, okay, he had a lot of mitigating circumstances last season. He won an FA Cup, fair play. Right, we were lucky. I admit that, right? Because we were lucky against Coventry. We were lucky again. We were inch away from going out against Coventry. So we won the FA Cup. So I said, okay, give him until a few months at the next season, which will be his third season, right? Which every manager gets their third season. Let him get his third season. Let's see how it goes. It's not the man. Then we move on. At the end of the day, we move on. Right now, who's available? Who would you get in charge of Man United? Who would you like to see in charge? And if the new manager comes in and he flops, what do we do? Is it the players? You know, what do we do? Carry on? Do we just, all right, we give it another 3 years? What if it flops again? We have to wait and see. Guys, have you seen Eric's Mike basis moment with a journo listening everything wrong with the team in his press conference? Eric's Mike bassist moment. No, I haven't seen it yet, but I did see obviously the presser of Eric Ten Hag. Now, Eric Ten Hag needs to stop doing this, right? And I'm going to say it right this. He needs to stop bringing in trophies in regards to his argument, right? In regards to the press conference, right? We won the treble in 1999, so you know it's like doing that, right? You can't do that. Sir Alex never done that. That's for fans to do. What he needs to do is talk about the team, talk about the tactics. What someone else needs to do is ask him a question, a good question. What they need to ask Eric Ten Hag is, do you think that winning trophies is enough for Manchester United in regards to winning the League Cup and FA Cup? Do you think that's it? Do you think you are better than Arsenal? Do you think you are better than Manchester City? Someone needs to ask him that. Do you think, because Arsenal didn't win any trophies, you're better than Arsenal? That someone needs to come out and ask him questions like that, in my opinion, guys. How you doing, Lingham? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I'm tired of Ten Hag. We knew under the coaches did the same, but we now need to change our coach. It's looking that way, Lingham. Absolutely. Good point. Thanks for your comment. Too early to sack him. John, you see what I mean? You see, it's all about opinion. And you know what? Some people say it's early. Some people say we need to give him more time. We will time. I say, myself, give it till Christmas. And let's see where we are. What bothers me? Yeah. Disgraceful performance yesterday. Absolutely, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Very disgraceful performance. I've been supporting United for nearly 40 years, guys. Right? I haven't seen a performance like that against Liverpool at Old Trafford in the time I've been a Man United fan. The closest I got to that at Old Trafford was when we lost 3-0 under David Moyes. Jim Walkers, I fully agree. It is a multi-layer. Drop Rashford, drop Casemiro, drop Maguire. Yes, but yeah, exactly, Jim. Absolutely. And this is why you cannot have a simplistic view on this. There's lots of things wrong with Manchester United right now, guys. Lots of things. He has to drop Casemiro now. He has to drop Maguire. Now, Maguire didn't play yesterday. I won't blame Maguire, but he has to drop Rashford. Those are the two players he has to drop. But then it comes into the fact that what about our squad? We got a lot of games this season. Is our squad weak? You know, we spent so much money. Is our squad still weak? Almac, if we get a new manager, they probably won't want Ten Hag players. Exactly. It will take another couple of years to ship out every Ten Hag players and get the technical players playing for possession football. This is the problem. This is the problem we're going to have in the future. And the more managers we sack, the more leftovers we're going to have. We still have players from the Louis van Gaal era, guys. The Louis van Gaal era. We still have players from there, from then. It's madness, isn't it? Ochichi. Fernandes was hidden all match, no miracle glimpses from yesterday. Fernandes was missing, absolutely. This is why I said we needed a replacement for Fernandes. He's 29 now, he's no kid. We need a replacement for him. We needed an Olmo, we needed someone like that who can come in and change the game, dictate the play of the game. We needed that. We did. We still need that. Now it's about time that we stop showing favouritism, and when players do not perform, we need to change it. Big up Collier, done well when he came on. Big up Collier, big up the young players who are coming on. If these players are not playing, bring in the youth. Bring in the youth. Everything knows the only man to lose 2 out of 3 games. First to other record breaking, embarrassing. Yeah, he's also the first manager to win 2 trophies in his first 2 years. You know that it's multi-layered, Chow. Like we could throw stats all day. The fact of the matter is, right? The fact of the matter is, if he loses football matches, he will be sacked, and he doesn't need us to say that. He doesn't need us to bring out the stats, bring out these records, bring out this. This doesn't help. At the end of the day, if he doesn't win football matches, he will be sacked. Now, we got Southampton, right, after the international break. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, and Spurs, right? If we come out of that game, of those games, and we look at it and we say, wow, we're 10th, we're 15th, then you know what's going to happen, guys, don't you? You know what's going to happen. Absolutely. Guys, Jim Ruckers, another thing I noticed is we don't have the style of play or formation. That is on Ten Hag. You can't keep playing counter-attack of effective football. If we want to win, we Premier League titles, cups, etc. Exactly. And the thing is, Jim, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was criticised for playing counter-attacking football. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's counter-attacking football was better than Ten Hag's counter-attacking football. And this is the whole thing, you know. Look, it's 3 games into the season, right? Things can change. Things have worked, bigger things have happened, miracles have happened, right? At the end of the day. So things can change. After the international break, we have a group of games, right? That, for me, are make or break. Make or break. If we go and lose to Crystal Palace away, which we lost last season, if we go and lose to, let's say, Tottenham, you know, if we go and lose to, so who else are we playing? Southampton, then you can start saying, yeah, you know what? It's bad. It's bad. The thing is, right, you got to take things in context, right? And you have to think about, you know, you can't be overzealous, right, with managers. There's people online who are completely Eric Ten Hag FC, in love with the guy. I'm down the middle. You cannot be overzealous in football, all right? You have to call it as it is. Mistakes are being made. They are, right? And you have to call it how it is. Bagel FC, right? Now, let's see what happens when we get Ugarte. But let's not judge Ugarte, right? Chow, my friend, let's not judge Ugarte. Ugarte hasn't kicked a ball for Manchester United, guys, yeah? Let's see how he does before we judge him and we rate him. But what I see, we need more. We need more. I see Casemiro is finished. I see it. His legs are gone. He was gone in the first half. That pass for the first goal. What was he doing? You know, I don't rate Onana. I don't. I've never seen a goalkeeper who gets down slower than him. I don't rate Rashford. I don't rate any of these guys. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't rate any of these guys. We have a few players there that are good. But boy, oh boy, we have some bad players. We have some bad players. And we're consistently playing them time and time again. Now, Bruno is very, very important to Manchester United. He's very important to the way we play. Right? But we can't rely on solely Bruno. We can't just rely on Bruno. We need to, if Bruno's having a bad game, and players have bad games. I've been at the ground when Ryan Giggs has been booed, right? Ryan Giggs, legend. I've been at games when he's been booed. I've been at games when Beckham and Scholes have been booed for playing badly. Players have bad games, you know, and when they have bad games, they have to be dropped. Is Rashford undroppable? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see in regards to that. Brian, you got to give Gareth now to the end of the season. You can't sack him now after game 5 of players in. Mate, what I would say, Brian, I myself, right? Brian, this is me personally, right? And this is not what's going to any bearing on Ineos. I'll give him to the end of the season, right? But if we go into that Southampton game, right? Southampton, right? And we lose to Southampton, and then we lose to Crystal Palace. It's going to be very difficult. The toxicity is going to be high, isn't it? It's going to be madness. Look, even now, we lost 2 games in 3, right? It's only 3 games. We lost 2 in 3. Even now, it is toxic, guys. You can't blame people. You can't. That's their opinion. But I've had Ten Hag outers on my case all night, guys. I've had Liverpool fans on here. I've had Ten Hag outers on here last night. You know, madness at the end of the day. They're supposed to be Man United fans, and they're basically celebrating a win for Liverpool. Madness. We lost 5-0 at home 3 years ago at Old Cheat. Yeah, we lost to Liverpool 5-0. We also lost 3-0 as well. Yeah, Brian, absolutely correct. And what has changed, Brian? What has changed since those days? Have we changed? You know, we lost 5-0 back then. We lost 3-0 under David Moyes. We lost 4-1 as well. You know, we've got to stop losing like this to our rivals. If you're integrating that out, it's always really helpful to ask yourself, what would have to happen for you to change your mind? For me to change my mind, right, and I'm going by the last 10 years. I'm going by the last 10 years of Manchester United. What's happened in the last 10 years, right? Right, for me to change my mind, for me to be completely Erik ten Hag out, you know, which I'm not going to be, by the way. I'm not, because I believe he's going to get sacked. He's going to get sacked. He doesn't need me to tell him what's good and what's bad about the birds and the bees, right? For me, it's just carry on persisting with the same formations, with the same players. By the way, Hamaso is a new AS Roma player. Just to let you know, he won't be signing for Man United, another one off the thing. But the thing is, for me to change my mind, it will have to be the continuation of results. If by Christmas we're 10th, 15th, we cannot accept that at the end of the day. You have to admit, even the most staunch Ten Hag supporter can't accept that. You cannot be overzealous, as I said. You have to see it as it is. Ciao. No players combined in the midfielders with Bruno. You know, Bruno, he's got a love-hate relationship. I still think 6-3 against Southampton was the worst. Liverpool hurt up more than the guys' shirt game. They looked like a genuine pub team. The 6-3 against Southampton when we won in 95-96, when we lost, in 95-96, a game I was at. At the end of the day, that was a long time ago, but that time was different to this time. Man United had proven winners in their team. They had Eric Cantona, you know what I mean, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Peter Schmeichel, you know, Andy Cole. They had proven winners in that team. So it's a lot different to now. At the moment, we look like we're very fragile. We have a very fragile mentality at the club, guys. Jim, the problem is that Manchester United go really deep, very deep. Ralf Rangnick should not have been sacked. He was right to do the heart surgery, and that was down to the Glazers. I absolutely agree, Jim. That was down to the Glazers. Absolutely, the Glazers shouldn't. I mean, I felt like Ralf Rangnick. I would have given him another year. Absolutely, absolutely. He's proven to be a good manager at Austria as well. Lingham, I would have kept him as a director of football. Now, whatever would have happened in regards to if Erik ten Hag wanted Ralf Rangnick as a director of football, or is it Glazers? I think Glazers kicked him out, isn't it? Because he opened his mouth about the Glazers. Lingham, what bothers me too is the subs. We take off our best and attacking players that try to create something. Yeah, I know. The subs at the moment, recently, have been very disappointing for me. I feel like the subs have been very disappointing. I wouldn't have made the subs. Rashford stayed on the pitch again. Garnacho came off. It's weird. I have no confidence against any other Premier League teams. Ciao. We know, bro, we know. I know that, you know, people get very inconfident now. People are angry. Of course, people, you know, and they have every right to be. Almac, how do you think Collier did? Is he good enough to take from Casemiro? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. He looked a bit rusty because obviously he's been thrown in the deep end, Almac. But I believe he's ready. Play him. Play him. Give youth a chance. Give youth a chance, and they will not let you down. They will give their all for you. Give youth a chance. Will Erik ten Hag do that? We have a style of play. The problem is our players still don't work hard. There's a lot of our players, absolutely, Mark, who don't work hard enough. I agree. When we went 1-0 down, didn't you feel like we were never going to get back into the game? You just felt like that. When have we ever felt like that, Man United, during the glory days? Never, of course. Xerxes is an 8 in a perfect 4-4-2. I was talking about 4-4-2 yesterday. Some people said to me, it doesn't work anymore. I think it does. Ole make Fourier and Fourier. What do you mean by that, Ole? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Lingam, I'm sorry to say it, but Rashford is not getting any better. He's the worst. Rashford hasn't performed for 18 months. We have to look at Rashford in particular. Now, with the left back situation, it doesn't help the left midfield. But why is Rashford continually being played? Is there something in his contract? What is going on with Marcus Rashford? Why can't he be dropped, guys? What's going on with this? He hasn't played for months and he gets picked time and time again. Ahmed spent time on the bench. Anthony spent time on the bench. Garnacho spent time on the bench. What is going on? Pellistri never even played. You know, at the end of the day, what is going on, guys? It's not like the Xerxes and all the other players immediately is going to make everything work for me. No, they're not. Absolutely, you know. Oh my! But you know, players come in, they score hat tricks. You know, like Ray Mooney and stuff. You know, I just felt like Xerxes looks a bit overweight, mate. I think he looks chunky. He doesn't look like he's been in the gym. He doesn't look like he's done any cardio. What the hell, man? Come on. You get paid to do this stuff, man. For goodness sake. You know, the manager mistake yesterday was starting Rashford and keep him on the pitch. That annoyed me as well, Mark. That was one of the biggest things when he took off Garnacho and kept Rashford on. Again, that showed me a lot. There was boos in the stadium, guys. There was boos. Look, I'm not an advocate for booing players, right? But this time you have to understand where they're coming from. Why was Rashford still on the pitch? Why was Rashford still on the pitch? Why did Garnacho get substituted? There were boos in the stadium. Is that the beginning of the end? When you start getting booed by your own fans, my goodness, it doesn't. I don't rate Onana either. Absolutely, Onana, I don't rate him. And probably if a next manager comes in, it'll probably be the first thing he did. Why did we get rid of Kova? We got a clause in his contract. Get him back, man. Get him back. Onana can't save nothing. He can't save a document, as I said. He can't do nothing, that guy. He lets everything in. Everything in. He doesn't do nothing. And his near post, as soon as it goes to his near post, he lets it in. If I was an opposition manager, I would say, shoot at Onana's near post. Shoot at Onana's near post. That's exactly what I'll be doing. Exactly. Uchichi, let Ruud van Nistelrooy become coach for the meantime. It's extreme. Oh, that's another risk, isn't it? We'll see what happens. So obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens later on this year. If we see anything good from Erik ten Hag, we can say give him time. He's making good players look bad. It's not good for him and the players. Lingam, you have a point. Absolutely. You know, things are not looking good at the moment, bruv. Things are not looking good, bruv. It's looking bad, bruv. You know what I mean? It's just not looking good. And, you know, things have to improve dramatically. As I said, after the international break, the badly timed international break, of course, we got Southampton, we got Crystal Palace, we got Aston Villa, we got Spurs. My view is, in those games, we have to show something. We have to show something. If we lose to Southampton, God forbid, the toxicity is going to be a mad thing. The toxicity is going to be mad. If we lose to Southampton, and then Crystal Palace, then it's going to be a problem. We got to look at that. Because Southampton and Palace don't have our squad. They don't have the players we had. Everyone is on the same fitness level, guys. Everyone. You know, and at the end of the day, if we go to Southampton and we lose, or don't win, even draw, and if we lose to Crystal Palace, and then we got Aston Villa away, and then we got Spurs, it's getting a bit tight, isn't it? You know, and we have to look at that, because at the end of the day, we have to start performing, guys. You know, before the season, I said, right, that we'll have a good season. Right, now show me something, Ten Hag. Show me something. After this international break, show me something. There's no excuses after that with match fitness and all this business. Guys, I run a marathon, mate. I've run a marathon at the grand old age in my 40s, guys. In my 40s, right? I run 5 kilometers 4 days a week, guys. I don't want to hear any excuses about he's not fit. He's not fit. Get in the goddamn gym. Get in the gym. Run. Do some exercise. Do some cardio. Get yourself ready. Stay on the pitch after the training. Train like Beckham used to do, like Cantona used to do. Do it. For goodness sake. Get on the pitch and train and get yourself fit. For goodness sake. I'm in my 40s. I go to the gym. You know, I go jogging. I do 5Ks in the 50-degree heat in the UAE, guys. In the UAE, 50 degrees, I'm jogging. I don't want to hear nothing about they're sluggish, I'm not fit, Run for the badge. Run for the badge. That's all I ask from you guys. That's all I ask. Southampton away from home ain't going to be easy, mate. Absolutely not, Kenny. I agree. It's not going to be easy. They're going to be up for it. They're going to be smelling blood. They're going to be smelling blood, guys. We are a team in transition. Patience, Randy, agree with that. We are a team in transition, but, we'll have to wait and see what happens after this international break. Randy, my question to you is, when will be enough for you, in your opinion? When would you say, nah? When is the turning point for you? Kenny, proper football in 90 minutes is what the team needs to show. And we ain't shown football. We ain't shown effort. We showed no effort yesterday, and this is what upset me. We showed nothing. When we went 1-0 down, I didn't see urgency. I didn't see belief. I didn't see people fighting for the badge. I didn't see people going in for crunching tackles. I didn't see anything yesterday in the way of, oh, you know what, there's something there. I didn't see any of that. At least show me something. Under Alex Ferguson, we used to lose games, right? We used to lose games. But in that game, you saw effort. Number one, you saw effort. You saw that next time we're going to get them. Next time we're going to win. Next time we're going to win. That's what you saw. Yesterday, I saw nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do you still believe Everton can make decisions? I don't. We'll have to wait and see, Charles. We'll have to wait and see, my friend. Hassan, I'm just amazed with your title, This Team Needs Therapy. This team, we need therapy for watching that, guys. We need therapy. The team needs therapy. The team need more than therapy. You know what I mean? They didn't have nothing. They need therapy on the way Manchester United, who we are. That's who they need. They need therapy of Manchester United. They need to go into a room on their own with a TV screen, watch Man United videos. Watch Man United videos. That's what they need to do. They need to learn about the Busby Babes. They need to learn about who sacrificed themselves for that football team. That's what they need to learn. Right? This is Liverpool. Liverpool. This isn't any team, and we're getting smashed at home. Would Liverpool ever lose 3-0 at home to Man United? Tell me one time we've ever smacked up Liverpool at Anfield. Tell me one time. Tell me. Well, the most we get is a 2-goal win, maybe in the 90s. That's about it. We wouldn't get smacked up 5-0, smacked up 3-0 twice. We wouldn't get none of that, would we? Liverpool would never lose like that at home. Why are we losing that at home? Even under Roy Hodgson, they didn't lose like that at home to Man United. It's a craziness, man. Like, there's no excuses. Philip, sack the clown and car. He hasn't a clue. This is embarrassing. Same week after week, clown. The only thing is with Erik ten Hag, I'm saying this. He's still stubborn in regards to picking the wrong players, right? And I'm not seeing any effort. I'm not seeing fight. And that's one thing, Philip. That's one thing about it. I really irritates me. We can lose games. Football, you lose, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not seeing any effort. I'm not seeing shots at goal. I'm not seeing relentless press. I'm not seeing anything, guys, from any of them. I'm not seeing anything, and that's what's really concerning for me. Hassan. How you doing, Hassan, by the way? Thank you so much for joining the stream. We as fans need therapy. We are really tight. Yeah, we've had 10 years of this, man. I'm fed up with being bantered. I'm fed up with this because we are Manchester United, right? I'm fed up with so-called Man United fans hoping Liverpool win so they can prove a point. That's what I'm fed up with. I saw them yesterday coming on my stream. I had to block people. I never block people. I had to block them on my stream, celebrating a Liverpool win. So-called Man United fans, guys. Come on. Lingham, I love Man United. It's sad to see the way we are playing. We've got no Ineos. They should have made the decisions and sacked the coach. Brighton got a 31-year coach. They beat us. Put Van Nistelrooy. I'm sure he can do better. We'll have to wait and see. Lingham, as I said at the top of the show, do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what? You don't need me to say it. You don't need to say it. No one else needs to say it. Results on the pitch will determine if he's sacked or not. We know that. Football's about results. At the end of the day, it's a cutthroat business. Whatever happens on the pitch, it's going to resonate and it's going to happen, isn't it? He doesn't need us to tell him that. I just need to tell him what is wrong. And I need to tell him to fix that problem now. Morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well and recovery. Good morning, Donovan. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. It's emotional. It's emotional, guys. Kenny, drop Casemiro, start colour. Absolutely, I would do the same. And why is Harry Amas not on the bench? Why is Harry Amas not on the bench? Where is Harry Amas? A left-footed left back. Crazy. Goodness me. Ten Hag needs to stop this obsession with starting Rashford. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. And he needs to do something quick. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen. When I said we need a striker, people got strikers. Absolutely. I said it. I did say it as well, but we got shut down We need to wait till Rasmus comes back. Rasmus is very important to the way we play, guys. Very, very important to the way we play. He's underrated in our fan base. Rasmus is a very good striker. I don't think Xerxes ready yet. Uchichi, trash team. Man United should do something. Sign another player together with Bruno. You know, I would bring in Rabiot. Rabiot's still available. I would get him on a free transfer if I could. Kova, I forgot we sold that keeper to Leverkusen. Such a clueless club. Kova was performing brilliantly in the pre-season, and then we got rid of him. And what does Kova do? He goes and wins the Bundesliga and makes history. You know what I mean? Why did we get Onana? Why did we get Onana? Onana just causes chaos. He's a chaos keeper. Crazy. Absolutely crazy decisions that this club makes sometimes. Now for the Man United doesn't play for the win trophy. Just flashes on them through miracle, even though we do play. We're becoming a cup team. We're like the 1980s at the moment. But Man United's bread and butter is the Premier League. We need to go after the Premier League, guys. That's what we need to do. That is Manchester United's bread and butter. We need to fight for the Premier League. As I said, we're the biggest club in the world who are not challenging for the Premier League title. That's our title, and we're not challenged for it. Hassan. I'm from Kenyan fan base for Man United, but we're real as fans. We have suffered enough. If we lose one game against, it's better we sack him. Yesterday was about Casemiro. Tomorrow we'll be at another player. Look, at the end of the day, look, there's no excuses, as I said, this season. There's no excuses. There's nowhere to hide. There's no excuse to lose 3-0 at home to Liverpool. Absolutely not. Brentford played at Anfield last week and gave them a game. Gave them a game and could have drew the game. Why are we not giving Liverpool a game at Old Trafford? Why? What? We have got better players than Brentford. What is going on with us? Absolutely. Hayden, I think the lack of pre-season for most of the team has had an effect. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Match fitness, exactly. But get yourself fit. Luke Shaw going on holiday. Things like that. This kind of mentality. Get yourself fit. As I told you guys, I'm in my 40s, right? I'm in my early 40s. At the end of the day, I run 5 kilometers 4 times a week in the 50-degree heats, guys. I've run 2 marathons in my life, guys. You know, at the end of the day, look, I have no excuses for these players who are wearing a badge of Manchester United and they can't get themselves fit in time. Ugarte played in the Copa America. You know, and they're talking about weeks and months. You know, weeks and months he's going to be fit. What's going on with our medical department? What is going on with that? Yeah, it drives me mad, to be honest, guys. Absolutely. Uchichi, Arsenal was fabulous even with the red card against Brighton, and now Man United with their complete 11 players could score a draw. But Man United's a joke. At the moment, look, you know, I cannot criticise anyone who has that opinion. Absolutely not. Charles, do you still believe Inter going to make the right decision? I don't. Yeah, I think I've read that one. I wait until December. That is my thing, because we've got a lot of games coming up. If we are 15th by December, you cannot back it. You can't. We are better than the likes of Crystal Palace and Everton and teams like that. You know? We can't be losers. And Brentford. We can't be being 15th, 10th, 15th in December. We're Man United. Working hard of the players relies on the coach, who doesn't work hard and get bad games. Should be benched and stop relying on names for the fact. Absolutely. Good point, Uchichi. That's a good comment. That's exactly what I say. Absolutely. Liverpool have too much pride to get smacked by United. Even bad Liverpool teams display some fight. And this is exactly what I say now, Matt. Name a time, right, in the history of the Premier League, right, name a time we have smacked up Liverpool at Anfield. Name one time we smacked up Liverpool at Anfield. They play with pride. You know, they don't go there and get smacked up and lose like that. The most they'll lose is 2-1, 1-0, something like that, if that is possible. You know, at the end of the day, the biggest win I remember in my lifetime is a 3-1. That's the only result I can remember. They smacked us up 5-0 at Old Trafford, guys. They smacked us up 7 at Anfield. We cannot accept this anymore. You know what I mean? This is our biggest rivals, guys. This is our biggest rivals. We cannot be accepting subpar, lazy defeats against our rivals, guys. Who does that? RMCF, Man United have been blunt in attack since Mason Greenwood left the team in January 2022. Man United MG, because Collier and Adele wouldn't let him. I have my, look, RMCF, I have my opinions on Greenwood. It will get me banned. I can't say much about it. But what I would say is that the word I would say is about this whole episode is self-righteous people. This loss really hurt me, but I won't attack the manager. Or when would you be, Randy? You said it's not good enough, and you would sack him. When would you sack him? Then you said that, you know, he's not good enough. When would you sack him, guys? Sam, We need to get a grip with the fact that Erik ten Hag is stubborn to do the right things. Enough to enough is we have seen this before. You know what? This movie has been played over and over again. For goodness sake, you know this is getting a bit mad at the end of the day. You know, we can't keep watching the same movie over and over again and expecting different results, guys. Lingham, I remember when Liverpool played badly for Klopp, but they used to play better than us still. They used to play with pride. And this is the whole thing. And this is the biggest key. This is the key for me. The key word, Lingham, you said there. Pride. Play for the badge. This is Manchester United. You play for the badge. You play for your club. That's what you do. We're Manchester United, guys. Play for this club. People will sacrifice for this club. For these mercenaries to come in, to Rashford to be lazing, jogging around the pitch. My mate, Sancho, has gone to Chelsea. I don't care about this anymore. You know what I mean? We have to think about this. What other teams do? What will Real Madrid do? What will Barcelona do to these players? Trigger King, bro, guess our record after the 3 years in the first 3 seasons of the season. It's the same results, 2 losses with one of the same for the last 3 years. That is consistent mistakes for 3 years now. And look, we can't defend these stats. We can't. And at the end of the day, Trigger Kim, thanks for joining the stream again. I hope you're doing well, my friend. At the end of the day, look, I would give it, after the international break, as I said, we've got Southampton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, and Spurs. What happens in those games is very, very important for me. Because we're playing a few teams there who don't have squads like ours, right? They don't have the ability that we supposedly have, right? So if we go and we lose to Southampton or we draw to Southampton, then we go and lose to Crystal Palace, which we did last season, you're going to have to ask questions, guys, because our players are better than their players. That manager at Crystal Palace has been there for less than a year. You know what I mean? We'll have to wait and see, guys. I worry Højlund is injury prone. I hope not. I hope not, Brian. Absolutely hope not. We really need him, to be honest, and we missed him. Same money we bought Cersei for, we could have bought Tony for that. Enough said. Absolutely. The only problem is, Sam, is Tony's on 400 grand a week, which was a mad amount of money, isn't it, to be honest with you, to be paying a week. Afro Soup, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. From what I see yesterday, from the beginning, Liverpool were more hungrier and organised. Mainu's defensive awareness is still questionable. Chasing the hair for the crown, Onana was a very poor decision. Onana was a very poor decision. I mean, in hindsight, it's a beautiful thing, of course. We can talk about hindsight. But Onana, it looking like a very poor decision. There was Costa available. There was Mamadashvili available, of course. We had Kova, for goodness sake. We had Kova, who looked brilliant, composed. He looked like the new Petr Cech. That guy, and we got rid of him. Madness. Lingham, our defence is all over the place. They must play in a straight line. We're always getting caught on the right-hand side. 2 different games, but same mistakes. We need fullbacks who play in their correct positions on their correct foot. Inverted fullbacks, inverted wingers do not work for me. Left foot, left midfield. Right foot, right midfield. Left foot, left back. Right foot, right back. That's how I want to see it, unless you're 2-footed. That's how I want to see it. I don't want to see it in this inverted business that we keep playing so many times. Trigger Kim, I reckon the last few years, just read that one, sorry. Success requires the coach, CEO, and ownership working together. The Glazers left Everton to handle the transfers and it didn't work. Ineos is turning it around and it will take time. It will take time, Almac, absolutely. But we have to see evidence, of change. If it's deja vu, again, we have to see evidence. You've got people at Crystal Palace, right? You've got people at Brentford playing better football than us, guys. And this is where I can't defend it, right? Yes, Man United's shirt is heavier. Yes, Man United are a different animal than these teams. But we have to keep this in mind, of course. Big up, Garrett. How you doing, my friend? Good morning. Sal, hope you're doing well. Very disappointed. Me too, Garrett. Hope you're doing well. Missed your positive energy yesterday, of course. Absolutely missed your positive energy. We had it last week against Fulham, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I hope someone can get the training session to look at what the coaches are doing in training. I don't see anything good, no system. I don't see any passion. I don't see any fight. I don't see nothing. I saw it from Liverpool. I didn't see it from us. Jarl, how you doing, my friend? The biggest worry is that 2 or 3 of the stadium did empty. At least that is what Gary Neville said. Yeah, they're going to empty. There were boos around the stadium, of course, at Old Trafford. Boos around the stadium, guys. Randy, By December, if things don't change, me too. If we're 10th, 15th, if we're 8th by December, we have to make a decision. We don't have a midfield that can run in the game. We're being outplayed. I think 4-4-2 is the only option. I said it last night, absolutely, Lingham. Why don't we play the 4-4-2 or 4-5-1, whatever? Let's keep it solid. And that formation gives us an option to go attacking as well. I don't know why people are throwing this formation out the window. I don't know why they keep trying to copy Pep. You know, and this is what's annoying me. Like, Almac, we sold Kova 5 million, which is 3.5 million, and spent 252 on a man who is worse. And I also sold Avara Fernandez, but for peanuts, when we had needed a left back. What is he doing? We said it at the time, guys, Almac. We said it at the time that this is wrong, and it's coming back to bite us, isn't it? It's coming back to bite us. Absolutely coming back to bite us. You know, he's just playing players that he knows, you know, which is not the way to do things. Mad Advanced Sis, how you doing, my friend? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Why some players become injury prone Man United after becoming United? I don't know whether it's a mentality, whether it's the medical team. I find it funny that players keep getting injured. You know, like Luke Shaw plays for England, gets injured after the holiday. I don't know what's going on, guys. Is it the medical team? Is it training? You know, we can't say that because Liverpool, Man City, they run further than us every game and in training. If it was me, I'd rather start every season by taking the team through a boot camp. It will get them fit and teach them how to work. Do you know what I would do, Basha? I would take them to a 9-to-5. I would take them to the UAE, right? And I'll take them to a building site. I'll take those players to a building site in the UAE in the 50-degree heat and look at those guys building. Look at those guys building. Look at them carrying heavy bricks. Look at them. For 2,000 dirhams a month. You know how much 2,000 dirhams is a month? £500 less. They're doing that. And then people want to tell me, oh, they're not ready, or they don't fit, and that. Give me that. Spare me with that bloody lazy stuff, man. I'm fed up with that lazy stuff. This is Manchester United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about. Endrick played. Endrick's playing for Real Madrid. Endrick's scoring goals for Real Madrid. Mbappe's playing for Real Madrid. Mbappe's scoring goals for Real Madrid. You know, it drives me absolutely mad, you know. Only goalkeeper I would like at United is Martinez. He's a good goalkeeper. I like his personality. Very good goalkeeper. Doesn't make silly mistakes like Onana does. Nowadays, it seems like whenever someone shoots at Onana, he goes in. Super Arch, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. We haven't had time to form a cohesive yet. We are literally like Chelsea as of last year. A bunch of new players that can't play together yet and got it together at the end. I agree with that to an extent, Super Arch. And as I said, I'll give it to after the international break because we have no excuses against Crystal Palace, Southampton, teams like that who haven't got as good players as us, who have coaches who've been there less time than us, you know. So we have to wait and see, of course. I'm not going to say Ten Hag out. I'm not going to be doing all any of that, but I will call it as it is. Lose 3-0 at home against Liverpool. Losing to Liverpool anyway is bad enough, but losing like that again, right, when we should be smacking them up is unacceptable. My way up, big up. Thanks for joining the stream again. Big up. Go ready, 3 games shambles. Yeah, absolutely. Our record in the last 3 years under Ten Hag, our first 3 games. Yeah, I read that one, guys. Super Bruno is a huge liability. Can't wait for people to wake up from this. We need an active director who can see over the pitch like capabilities of Maddison, etc. Bruno needs to pick it up. He hasn't started the season well, of course. Absolutely. Big up, Super. Man City played 3-4-2-4-1 system. We need to work. We need to change the system. Absolutely. There's too much space into that midfield. We do need to think about changing the system. Honestly, I don't like Onana, Ten Hag, Rashford. Mazraoui is a good player. Mazraoui is a good player, my way. I'm gone off Onana now. I'm fed up with Onana. I'm fed up with the mistakes. He doesn't take responsibility. He just brushes it off like it's nothing. My goodness, guys. I'm fed up with it. Mark, good morning, Mark. How you doing? Mark Elman, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, my friend. DK, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well, DK Wilson. Let's get it straight. Erik ten Hag didn't sell anyone, and as this season, people are likely to know is buying players. I thought there was a new staff to do that. What happened to the best in class? Ineos people. There's questions going to be asked. You know what? There's questions going to be asked, but it's still early in this regime. Of course, there's still early in the regime. We have to wait and see what goes on in regards to this season. It's a very important season this season. We have to qualify for the Champions League, right? We have to qualify for the Champions League. We have not. We're in a very, very dodgy position now. Teams usually only lose about 2 games a season now at the top, you know, and we've already lost 2. It's madness. Emi Martinez is close to joining us last season, but we decided to chase Onana. Yeah, and Costa as well. But we had Kova. Kova was more than capable. Brian, apart from the result, hope everything is having a good day. Thank you, Brian. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you have a fantastic Monday, guys. Absolutely. Hope you're doing well. Does anyone else need to take the veto power of Eric Ten Hag, stop him being in his former players and friends? They trusted him. You know, now he needs to deliver. Losing to Liverpool is really hurting, but I won't join. No, I'm not going to join the Eric Ten Hag out gang. Absolutely not, guys. Absolutely not. No. Ten Hag has to resign. The guy is in his way over his head. He should really be made to answer the rubbish football. Mate, do you know what? In the press conferences, I think we need more better questions in the press conferences. I think we need to ask him a few questions. Why does Rashford still play, for example? Why do you keep picking Rashford? All right, you keep bringing in trophies. Why do Arsenal play better than us, but they won no trophies? You know, are you better than Arsenal? Ask him that question. Lingham, I supported Man United from the late 90s. I remember how good it was. Yeah, it was magnificent, mate. We were winning. Fergie gave us 26 good years. He wasn't the best. He made mistakes, but he rectified it. Mate, you know the thing with Alex Ferguson was a genius. You know, he wasn't perfect, but he was a genius. He made his mistakes, but you know what? He wouldn't lose like that to Manchester City, to Liverpool at Old Trafford. You know. Uchichi, Ten Hag is prideful. Yeah, he's got a lot of pride, Ten Hag. He's very stubborn. Most of managers are very stubborn at the end of the day. Most of managers do live by the sword, of course. They do die by the sword, guys. Absolutely. Let's have a look at the other question. Sorry. Guys, Randy, we must remember Sir Alex took about 6 years before he won anything. Absolutely, Randy, we do have to remember that, and we have to become. This is why I'm not Ten Hag out at the moment, guys. Just to clarify, I'm not. But I will call out the problems. I will call out the issues that are going on at the moment at this club. At this football club, there's a lot of issues going on. And it is multi-layered, guys. It is multi-layered. Whatever happens, when we don't get the results on the pitch, we know what's going to happen, guys. We know Eric Ten Hag won't keep his job. We know that. Doesn't need us to tell him that. We know what's going to happen. Guys, it's been a fantastic show. Thank you so much for joining me, you absolute legends. You are the elitists, you guys. Thank you for joining me. It will get better, of course. Let me read some of your comments. Almac, Goldbridge was supporting Eric Ten Hag yesterday, and now he is ranting about Eric Ten Hag out. It is so funny. Mate, at the end of the day, life changes. You know, situations change based on current evidence. If you have current evidence, situations change, you know. He was right to back Ten Hag last season because of what happened with the injuries, what happened with the off-field issues, which were madness at the end of the day. And then he won the FA Cup. So he was right to get another chance this season. It's up to Ten Hag to deliver and not let us down, of course. Big up, Randy. Big up yourself. Big up. Ten Hag, go attack anyone asking questions about Rashford. What was Ten Hag thinking with his subs? Madness, suicide, absolutely. 2 games in a row now. Absolutely. I want Ruben Nistelrooy as next manager. A lot of people do. That's a risk though, isn't it? It's unproven in the Premier League. Big up Sal, big up Show. I'm speechless. Absolutely, Garrett. Don't worry, it will get better, guys. Look, listen. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are absolutely brilliant. Love you to bits, man. Thank you for joining me. You are the reason I keep going. I'm very upset this way. Big up Sal, big up Garrett, big up everyone in the comments. You're the reason I carry on, guys. I'll be back later on for Chatterbox. Please don't forget to join me. It's very important for the stream, for the channel to carry on, of course. Please don't forget to subscribe, smash a like, guys. Please don't forget to push the channel to all the other channels as well. Tell them about me. Spread the word about Stretford Post. It'd be very much appreciated. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Things can only get better. Absolutely. Guys, much love. Take it easy. Thanks, Al. Big up to Wilson. Take it easy. I'll see you for Chatterbox later on, guys. 2 p.m. UK time. Big up. Easy.